I still remember the way the light from the chandelier reflected on the silverware that night, making everything look warmer than it actually felt. Christmas dinner at my parents' house had always been a safe place for me, a place where laughter floated around like music and the smell of roasted turkey felt like home. But that night, for the first time in my life, I felt like a stranger in the room. And the woman I loved was the reason why. It started earlier that morning when she barely spoke to me. I woke up excited, thinking the holiday glow would help ease the tension we'd been carrying for weeks. I made her coffee the way she liked it, light and sweet, and brought it to her while she got ready. She didn't even look at me. She just said she wasn't hungry and walked past me like she was late for something more important than us. I told myself she was stressed, maybe tired, maybe overwhelmed with everything happening at work. It was easier to believe that than to admit something deeper was wrong. On the drive to my parents' house, she stared out the window the entire time. No music. No conversation. Just silence filling the car thick enough to choke on. I tried to joke a couple of times, tried to reach for her hand, but she pulled it away gently, pretending she needed to adjust her sleeve. My chest tightened in a way I didn't want to acknowledge. I kept telling myself Christmas could fix things. Or at least calm them down. When we arrived, my parents greeted her with warmth like they always did. They adored her. They saw her as part of the family long before we even got engaged. My sister hugged her. My mom complimented her dress. My dad poured her a glass of wine. And she smiled, but it wasn't her real smile. It was the kind of smile people wear when they don't want anyone asking questions. I noticed everything. Every small detail. Every forced laugh. Every time she stepped slightly away from me as if standing too close made her uncomfortable. But I stayed quiet, trying not to ruin the holiday atmosphere. Dinner started beautifully. The table looked like something out of a magazine. Candlelight. Ornaments. Plates arranged perfectly. My brother told a funny story, my sister teased him about it, my parents laughed, and for a moment I felt like maybe the night could still go smoothly. Maybe whatever was going on with her would pass. I was wrong. Halfway through dinner, my mom asked her the most harmless question in the world. Something simple, something every couple hears eventually. She asked her if she was excited for our future together. It was the kind of question people expect a sweet, predictable answer to. Something like of course or absolutely or I'm lucky. Something warm. Instead, she put her fork down. Not gently. Not aggressively. But with an intentional weight that made everyone stop talking. Her eyes moved toward me as if she were preparing herself for something painful. Then she turned to my family and said the words that still echo in my head even now. She said I wasn't enough. Not that she was confused. Not that she needed time. Not that she was unhappy. She said I wasn't enough. Clearly. Calmly. In front of everyone I loved. As if she had been waiting for the perfect moment to let it out. I felt the entire room freeze. My mom's smile disappeared. My dad's hand stopped midair. My sister's eyes widened. My brother put down his glass. And I sat there, feeling like I had been punched in the stomach. She kept talking. She said she felt like she had outgrown me. That I was holding her back. That I didn't meet her expectations anymore. She said being with me made her feel small. She said she wanted more than what I could give her. And she said all of this as if she had been rehearsing it. Every word hit harder than the one before. I wanted to stop her. I wanted to tell her to talk to me privately. I wanted to defend myself. But for some reason, I couldn't speak. I just sat there, listening to the woman I thought I would build a life with, tear apart everything we had in front of people who believed we were perfect together. My mom tried to interrupt her. My dad tried to calm the situation. But she kept going, and I realized something. She wasn't trying to explain her feelings. She wasn't apologizing. She wasn't crying. She wasn't even emotional. She was making a statement. A declaration. She wanted everyone to know she had decided I wasn't good enough. And the worst part wasn't even the embarrassment, or the shock, or the humiliation. It was the sudden awareness that she had stopped loving me long before that dinner. That the person sitting next to me at that table wasn't the woman who used to fall asleep on my chest, or surprise me with coffee, or hold my hand during movies. She had become someone else, and I hadn't noticed. Or maybe I refused to see it. When she finally stopped talking, the silence in the room was so heavy it felt like the air had turned to stone. I stood up slowly, trying to keep my voice steady, but it cracked anyway. I told my family I needed a moment. I walked out to the backyard, where the cold winter air wrapped around me like a punishment. I felt my entire world tilting. Everything I believed about us collapsing at once. I heard the door open behind me a few minutes later. It was my mom. She didn't say anything at first. She just stood next to me, like she used to do when I was a kid, and scraped my knee. Eventually, she asked if I wanted her to send my girlfriend home. I told her no. I said I needed to handle it myself. When I walked back inside, she was standing near the hallway with her coat already on. She didn't look sorry. She didn't look conflicted. She looked relieved. As if speaking those words out loud had freed her from something she'd been carrying. She said she would pick up her things later. She said she needed space. She said she hoped I understood. But the truth is, I didn't. And I still don't. I watched her walk out the door before I said anything. When the door closed behind her, I felt something inside me close too. Something I had protected for years. My family didn't know what to say. They just came closer, one by one, and stayed with me in the living room while I tried to breathe through the ache. And that was the first moment of the night that reminded me what love actually looks like. Love isn't a perfect smile or a festive dinner or a well-rehearsed speech. It's the people who stay when everything falls apart. It's the arms that catch you when someone else tries to break you. I didn't reach out to her after that night. Not once. She left, and I let her. Because the truth is, if someone can look you in the eye at Christmas dinner and tell your entire family that you aren't enough, then they were never meant to sit at your table in the first place. And it took losing her to realize I never lost anything at all.